Hi guys, so today we're going to do some basic coding, not on a computer, but we're actually going to do it on paper. So here's the plan. You're going to get two pieces of paper. They both kind of look the same. One has a grid on it that has a blank space at the top that says blank's key, and the next one has the same grid except we have a bunch of directions across the top. Okay, so up here on the board, I've got instructions for how to fill this out. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a puzzle for somebody else to solve, right? This is going to be your key. So as soon as you get these two papers, you're going to take the one that says blank's key, and you're going to write your name on it. And today, I'm going to name myself, I'll just make up a random name for myself. What will I come up with today? Mr. Mahmood. All right, so I'm going to be Mr. Mahmood. Clever, clever. So this is Mr. Mahmood's key. And what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a design. Any kind of design you want. You can make it go diagonal. You can make it go like that. You can make kind of like a big old Z. You can make a smiley face. You can make a crazy face, whatever. But you're going to fill in each of these squares so that you have some kind of design. So let's see what I will come up with. You're just coloring for this part. Shouldn't take you more than a minute, so like go quickly. I'm going to color in that one, and I'm going to color in that one, and I'm going to color in that one. I'm making this one really simple. All right, so there's my design. It's amazing. Okay, so what I did was I colored in those squares, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right there so that we see what's going on. Okay, so now on the other page that you have, this one, somebody else is going to fill in this, and they're going to try to make that happen. So what you have to do is you have to write the proper code for them to follow. If you don't write the proper code, they're going to mess it all up, and we're going to see who had the problem. Did they have a problem following directions, or did you have a problem writing directions? Hopefully they'll be able to do it perfectly correct without looking at your key. But you're going to use your key to check their thing in the end, and if it matches, I want you guys to celebrate, and if it doesn't match, I want you to figure out where the problem lay. Was it a problem with your directions, or was it a problem with them? So write good directions. Okay, so here's the plan. You're going to look at your key in order to write the directions across this paper first, all right? So let's take a look at the directions. An arrow facing to the right says move one space forward, an arrow facing to the left says move one space backwards. If it shows up, if it points up, it says move one square up, of course, and if it points down, it says move one square down. If you make a squiggly line with an arrow off of it, that means fill that particular square that you already happen to be on with color, okay? So there's lots of different ways to write this code, but these are all the steps that we're going to do. So everybody always starts in the upper left-hand corner. All right, so no matter what, this is your starting point, and this is where step one is going to be. So what I'm filling out on the board up here, you're going to fill out across the top up here. And what you're going to do is you're going to use these symbols to write a proper sequence in order to get these squares filled in. Now, in order to get to this particular square, there's a whole bunch of different routes I can go, because remember, I'm starting here. I'm going to start here, and I could say move one space to the right, or move one space forward, and then I could say move one space down. I could do that. Or I could go move one space down and one space right. Or I could go move down, down, right, up, fill with color. Lots of different ways you can do it. You want to try to do it in the most minimal way as possible. So you're writing the least amount of code as possible. Less work for you. So we're going to start, but I mean, I don't care. Do it however you want to and go whatever direction you feel works for you or would work for someone else. But you have to be able to do it in 20 steps or less because that's how much room is given on here. So anyway, I'm going to say at step one, I'm going to say, let's move one step to the right. So what I'm going to do is on my paper, where step one is, I'm going to draw an arrow to the right, and I'm going to say, move one step to the right. So my next step, so now I'm here, because now I moved one step to the right. My next step, I'm going to say move one step down. Okay, move one step down, and now I'm here. It's kind of just like playing a video game where you're moving the character space by space, square by square, right? And now that he's on that particular spot, or she, But now that your character is on that particular spot, now I'm going to say fill that square with color. So I'm going to go like that. Okay? So I'm still here. All right, so now I'm going to say move one square to the right, move one square to the right, fill with color. Wow, there we go. So now that one's filled, and I'm still right here. So now I want to say move one square down, and then move one square left, and then I should be finished. So I'll say move one square down, move one square left, and what? Fill with color. All right, and then I'm done, and that's my code. Now, I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to hide it, and I'm going to take this paper where I just filled out the top with those symbols, and I'm going to hand this to somebody else, okay? I don't care who you hand it to, just make sure it goes to somebody. We don't want to leave anybody with nothing to do. Everybody's got to work. All right, so you're going to hand this off to somebody else is going to give you their paper, and you're going to read their code, and you're going to fill out the steps appropriately. All right, so if I was reading this, so let me put this away because I don't want to see this. And I'm a new person, okay? My name is George. Hi, I'm George. I'm gonna get a blank piece of paper that has the directions written across the top, and I'm just gonna follow these directions. Let's see if I did it correctly. It says, so I'm starting up here. Move one step to the right, so now I'm here. Move one step down, and now I'm here, and I fill with color. One step to the right, one step to the right, and down, and fill with color. And down, and left, and fill with color. I totally did something wrong, because this does not match that. What did I do wrong? I don't even know. Right, color. Wait, hold on. I see what I did wrong. I didn't read the directions properly. So let me go back. And I'm going to start over. Because I feel like these directions were pretty solid. Whoever gave me this is a smart person. But George is not very smart. Okay, let's start over. I start here, right? Okay. It says step 1, move one step to the right. Step 2, move one step down. Fill with color. Next step, move one step to the right, one step to the right, fill with color. Step 6 is fill with color. Now, move one step down, move one step left, fill with color. Okay, and now I'm going to recheck the key with whoever gave me this paper, and let's see. Oh, yeah, I did it. I did it. All right, and you did it. So if you could do that, it's a test of writing the proper code, following that code. And what we're going to learn is, in the future, we're going to learn this, is that your DNA is all about code. It's all about writing the right kind of code and hoping that your cells follow that code, because if they don't, mistakes happen. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, could be nothing at all. But that's going to kind of lead us into our next unit. So anyway, let's play this little game. We're writing some code on paper, no computers. Bye. Good luck. Have fun.